So I'm in Paris, France. This isn't like a very Parisy type area, but I figured it's quiet and I'd get some thoughts out of my brain because I'm here shooting, and this is my day off before we go to Cologne, Germany. We've been on the Euro trip tour. If you haven't been following us too much at Arama TV, we're doing a few videos. So in between IBC and Photokina, we had like a week, so we came to Paris, and I immediately made a few calls and ended up connecting with Makeup Forever, who I've shot for the NYC locations years ago. And it just got me to thinking, like, whoa, hold on. There's no room on the sidewalks here, by the way. This place reminds me of New York, but in like a more frustrating, cramped up way. Anyway, so I thought it'd be interesting to just talk about this for a second. I'm going to keep this one kind of short because I ramble too much, I know. A couple of years ago, I thought my career was sliced apart and done. And then the next thing I know, people just knew I was free, and the phone started ringing, and it takes that minute to realize that you're not done. And sometimes people just think you're stuck in a situation or in a job or whatever, and you're not available, but that's not always the case, and they don't know that, right? So I'm sitting here, I'm in Paris, right after seeing Amsterdam, on my way to Germany, shooting in each city, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I never would have come to these cities on my own, probably because one, I stress out over traveling. I feel like if it's either money I'm losing or money that I'm not making while I'm out or whatever, so I stress out over that a lot. Two, I feel like if I'm going to travel and I'm going to spend some time traveling, it better be for a job, and that's what I'm doing now. But we rolled up to Makeup Forever yesterday, and I started getting that feeling again, like, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do when I walk in there? How do I light this? What do I know? I started questioning all my abilities and my thoughts and the philosophies I had and stuff like that. And even after 18 years, and 10 of those years spent shooting in the makeup industry, having shot some of the most difficult concepts out there on the fly, I still got nervous. I still got this like shattered rib cage feeling. And I was like, I don't know, and it just took me 2 seconds to get my equipment down and go, this is what we're doing. And I was back in the game. But I just thought it'd be interesting to talk about this for a second, because here I am being sent to a foreign country to do what I do. And then I'm the one that starts going, wait a second, can I still do this? Do I still have it in me? And I think that's what keeps you on your toes, right? So if you're just starting out and you start feeling shook every time you start to get a shoot together, good. Feed off of it. Burn from it, I always said I was like sparked by anger and fueled by frustration or something like that, or vice versa. And you have to find that thing that keeps you driven, right? But sometimes it's just breaking up the boredom. I mean, my career's gone from shooting for huge publications and stuff like that or just constant grinder work just to make the rent, or product shots, whatever I did, to the actual act of shooting, right? Like now I'm shooting live demos for an audience, and I'm doing videos, and they're giving me the gear to do it with and stuff like that. It's just kind of strange how your reason for shooting shifts, and sometimes you just have to step back and go, is it my reason for shooting? And sometimes when it's not, it's hard to get that motivation. So when I was younger, I used the paychecks as, look at these guys, I used the paychecks as like my ambition to go, like, this is what I'm doing for. This is the benchmark. It's when you start getting paid. It's when you get paid more. It's when higher end companies hire you even more than that. That's when you start getting the ambition to go, like, that's what I made it. I kept on using monetary values as a system to gauge just how successful or well I was doing. And I forgot to realize that even if you're getting paid and your rent's done and you're on to the next day and you're fed, do you still feel satisfied? Do you still feel like those shots are your shots and you wanted to shoot those shots? Or was it the pride of having the ability to create those images and that's why someone brought you into their world to pull it off. I think about that a lot. I think about what am I shooting for? Why am I shooting? Is it worth it? You know, and no matter how much I hate things that go on in the industry or people that have horrible philosophies and things like that, in the end, once that camera's in my hands and I'm looking at something to shoot, just the challenge of figuring out how to shoot it and make it my shot gets me going and keeps me in it and lets me go forward. And I hope you all do also. You know, it's almost like the meaning of life, right? Well, what's the meaning of life? Well, why do we shoot? Well, why do I spend my life shooting? Same kind of, you know, ducks in a row. It's the same genre, right, of thinking. I don't know, it's something to think about, and I just want you to know, don't ever get discouraged. Maybe you're not going to get the shot you want. Maybe you're not going to get the shot that they want, but the next time you will, because you'll see it, or you'll learn that technique, or you'll step back from that shoot and go research how to do what you wanted to do, or see what went wrong. I think a bigger issue is if you don't see how it could have been better. If you're always satisfied, I think you're going to quickly run out of gas. And when the pressure's on the line, you have to have had enough experience to know, well, what's the fail safe here? How am I going to get out of this one 100% with a working image for somebody? You know, so when I have a room full of people working, I'm talking like you have 10 makeup artists working to create something that might never exist again. It's costing money, it's costing their time. They're doing favors for people doing favors for them, like, and it's all resting on your shoulders because you're the one that they're there for. You're the one that's shooting it, right? Just an example, whatever you shoot, same thing. Plug and play the different professions, you know. They're looking at you to get the shot off. You have to have had enough experience to understand when to take the risks and when to push it and be willing to risk not having an image that day because you tried something that wasn't in your wheelhouse yet, right? So figure the way I did I got a bunch of tough guys in France, but they don't know who's from Brooklyn here, huh? So the way I approached the Makeup Forever shoot yesterday, I walked in there and I tried to make the cleanest images I possibly could so that no matter what, I walk away with professional images, right? What ended up happening was I stretched out and I got some other techniques in there. I did a few different things. We tried some lights that never existed before. And when it was all said and done, everybody was like really excited because they had images that they could use for whatever they want because they're clean, super clean, because at least I know I can do that, right? And then two, they got some images that they weren't expecting to get, some styles they never seen before, and then that's what keeps me in the game for the next one, right? So now you made those connections, you've worked with them, the work exists, they have it, they're sharing it. And then next year, you look back at and go, well, who can I play with this year? And you have your reputation going and always expanding because you did right by people and did the right job. So I know that this is getting rambly because I'm trying to like not get run over in these tiny streets or whatever, even though I think in Paris they have to stop whenever you walk in the street. I just want you to know that if you're starting out, and you get nervous and you get discouraged and you think I can't do that job, just go shoot. Just go shoot. And if someone says, hey, I need you tomorrow to do this type of style shot, if you're down for it, call up a friend and try to do that shot right after that phone hangs up. Because you're not gonna know what you're in for until you do it. And there's plenty of times that they give us tasks and assignments and conditions that we're not ready for. Like in Amsterdam was the worst conditions I could have asked for with the style of shot that I was trying to go with. You'll see that video soon. But I don't like to shoot in super hard sunlight, never did. and I was shooting a fetish model, and they wanted me to do it outside because they wanted to see Amsterdam, right? And she was incredible, and the latex designer was amazing. And in the end, I had to morph what I wanted to get out of it into something else because I had to make it work. But for the first, few set of frames, I was sweating it. I was absolutely sweating it. And this whole trip is kind of, so far, has kind of shifted my brain into an idea of you're never really ready. You're never really, you can gain confidence and you could throw down the same style shots you've always thrown down, but the real confidence comes in your ability to work out the shot. Not walk in there and get the shot that has been in your brain. There will be never-ending variables, and you will always get stressed out and sweat it a little bit. I'm telling you, it's never going to be what you think it's going to be. Just be able to spot the problems, find a solution, and move forward. Okay? I hope this has been helpful. I don't know if this was any useful information, or I just wanted to just crack my skull open for a bit and get you guys some new stuff. I mean, I'm in Paris. I had to film something, but I've been filming with Adorama TV, so I didn't get to do my own stuff. And quite frankly, I don't know what to do on this YouTube channel still. If you're starting out, don't freak out, because this guy who's been shooting most of his life is telling you every now and then you're gonna feel like you never shot before in your life ever, and it takes you a minute. That's all. You never be afraid to learn, okay? And there's no shame in being there to learn. Assist everybody you can. Learn some philosophies from everybody you can learn from. Don't read the forums, because there's a lot of information out there, but there's not a lot of wisdom, okay? Plug into the right people and see where they're coming from, but still understand that you still have to be yourself. And in the end, it's your shot. No matter who you're shooting or who's on your team or what assistance you've got, it's your shot. So get confident in the ability to work to a solution, but just know you might always get a little bit of shook over what you're trying to do there. It is what it is. You can't be in other people's heads, so if you're going to work with an art director or someone that's going to publish your work and you don't know what they're looking for, it's going to take you some time and experience to start deciphering or dissecting what people are trying to say to you all the time about the projects that you're going to be doing. So I don't even know how to end this. I kind of just want to end this. It's getting loud over here, but yeah, write me in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. Has there been any shoots that have shook your head up? Has there been any situations that came up during a shoot that you didn't know if you were going to figure out or not? Were you okay with changing the entire shoot right there on the spot just to get something that's usable? I think it's easy to get an ego in this game. I think it's easy to make a fake front like you're a walking god. I'm not going to name any names, but yeah, I guess I'll see you guys back in New York, or I'll try to do something from Cologne. Either way, I'm going to go live. Nope, that's not true. Sorry, I'm not. I will be shooting live at Photokina for a crowd, but I will not be, what is this? Something, I guess. I'm so uncultured, it's terrible. So I'll be shooting live at Photokina for Last of Light. I'll be talking, so for an hour or two I'll be in that booth shredding. Keep watch on Adorama's Instagram for the most up-to-date stuff, because we'll be running the story mode. Adorama TV will be dropping videos left and right, so on the adventures here soon enough. We got to get back, obviously, but let me know what else you guys want to see in this channel. I promise when I get back to New York, I'll be doing more tutorial stuff. It seems to help a lot of people out there, and that's pretty much the coolest thing ever. I don't know how to end this, so hit like, write me in the comments, and no matter what happens, no matter what issues you have in the way, just keep shooting. In the end, work with what you got, and all you have is yourself in the end anyway. Equipment comes and goes. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Equipment comes and goes. Techniques will ever change. Your style will always morph. Your taste will forever progress. Just hang with it. All right? I'll see you guys soon. Later.